What's going on YouTube? It's Ryan coming back through um, episode 2 of Losing Love. It's me, like I said, Ryan. Uh, this episode is entitled, as you see up here, my first. Um, Basically, he's gonna be talking about my first girlfriend that I've ever had. I'm gonna get straight down to the point, and then we're gonna go from there. Um, and one, one of I've had two first girlfriends. I know that doesn't really make sense, but I did. Um, I was with them actually at the same time, so that's kind of how they're both my first girlfriend. Um, like they both came right after each other. Like I talked to one day, and then like not even 3 hours later, the other one came along. Um, True story. Um, so yeah, we're gonna put made up names. So we're gonna say Alex or Alexis. Not Alexis. Let's not use that name. We're gonna use Jasmine and Brittany. Okay, so Jasmine came first, then Brittany. Um, so Jasmine, she lives around my area, like not even 30 minutes away from me. Maybe a little more than 30 minutes. Maybe 45 minutes away from me, if that. When I get there. So I went out with her on the first date. Well, first of all, I talked to her um through this little. There, I don't know if anybody knows about this, but there are little chat sites like phone that you call in, little phone lines that you call into. I think one was called the Loop, and another one I forgot what the other one was called. But we were both on both of them frequently, which was just a coincidence that we were both on both little chat lines. So yeah, we were both on the little chat lines. We talked or whatever. You sent your little greeting message, and then da. Push 1 if you want to talk to a certain person. Push 2 if you want to hear this person's reading. Push 3 if you want to accept the message. So on and so forth. And um, basically, uh, basically, we listen to each other's message or whatever, and we talked for a little while. We constantly, before we got each other's number, we constantly just talked to each other on the chat lines. We set up a time like, hey, let's get on the chat line tomorrow at da time. We did. Well, I guess I think about a good 2.5, 3 weeks. We get that back and forth. Then we finally was like, hey, well, I think I was like, hey, let me get your number. We can talk or whatever. And everybody knows I don't like calling people's houses. For whatever, like, I just never like calling anybody's house phone. And she gave me her house phone. Her mom always answered the phone. At the time, I wasn't going by my middle name, which is Ryan. I wasn't going by that name. I was going by Ace. So when I called her house and her mom was like, "Who's calling?" I was like, "Ace," because I never told Jasmine what my real name was. I never told her my name was Ryan or my actual first name. I never told her. I went by the name that everybody called me. And I was Ace at the time. People was calling me Ace. Now people call me Ryan, Rye, Rose, or Mac. That has nothing to do with this video. But anyway, I said Ace. So she was like, okay, hold on, let me get it for you. So she gets on the phone, we talk or whatever. I think I called her at like 7:30. Um, yeah, I had to be like 7:30, 8ish. We didn't get the phone till like 2. Mind you, at this time I was at this time I was in, I think, 8th grade going into ninth grade, or in the ninth grade, and basically um we talked or whatever for a good month and a half. Then uh we went on a date. We went to the movies or whatever. We went on a date, and from then on out, I'm saying we kicked it, chill, going together or whatever. Okay, that's that. Now my second first girlfriend. Uh, my second first girlfriend. Um, she she was basically I got her off of a little site called Downlink. Um, me and her talked. Uh, she was in the 11th grade, I believe, and I was in the ninth grade, going to the 10th grade. I think that's how it went. I was like 15. She was 17. So yeah, she was in, yeah. Um, yeah, whatever. So we talked on the phone for like 2 months. Then my sister moved out of my house, um, and moved with her girlfriend in Hawthorne. And mind you, the my second first girlfriend, she lived in Hawthorne as well. So I always went over to my sister's house, kicked it with my sister. I was basically always at my sister's house, just so I can be around this girl and talk to this girl, kick it with this girl. So the first time I helped my sister and her girlfriend move into their house. Um, I helped them move into their house or whatever. And the first day when my sister and them moved into their house, uh, I told her to come over or whatever, and so we could actually see each other for the first time. Now when she came over to my sister's uh, apartment, um, that was our first time seeing each other. Um, so it was like that kind of awkward feel. It was kind of like, okay, what do I do now? And none of this was new to me, but for some reason with her, it all felt new. Um, so that's how it was. Well, she didn't stay for that long. She stayed for maybe 15, 20 minutes, 25 minutes even. And she left or whatever. The whole time she was there, she had these Nikes on, and it was tough as fuck. And I was trying to get them off her, but they wasn't my size. I think they were like an 8.5. And if anybody knows what size shoe I wear a size 10. So like I really was squad about big ass foot in that shoe. Anyway, yeah, that's what it was. It was over there, and we just kicked it all the time. I constantly was over my sister's house. Like I would come home, like during the week I would come home. So I can go to school. I would come home, and then during like the weekend, like Friday, right when I got out of school, like Friday, I would go to my sister's house, and I stay over there till like I come back home Sunday night or whatever, and do it all over again. It was like a constant routine for me. Um, so yeah, that's what it was. And I mean, that's basically that's what it was. Like our relationship, me and my second worst girlfriend, our relationship was, it started off good, then it uh, gradually went downhill. Um, I mean, we went from being like Bonnie and Clyde to being not enemies per se, but it wasn't that Bonnie and Clyde type thing anymore. It was a little uh beneath that. And to this day, me and all my exes are still cool. Cause I try to build that relationship where, okay, we're not together no more, but let at least be cordial. Um, and that's what it is with all my exes. I try to be cordial with every single one of them. You know what I mean? We don't have to have no full blown out conversation. But I mean, as long as we can say hi, how you doing, how have you been, you know what I mean? That's good enough. I don't want to sit here and have no whole full blown conversation with you, ask you how the moon, sun, stars looked to you yesterday. You know what I mean? I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, okay. I'm not trying to do none of that because you were my ex. We had that time to do that. And with her, and with my second first girlfriend, me and her, we kind of still. I don't want to say we have that type of relationship like that, but we still have some type of feelings for each other. Because we both promised each other that we would never stop talking to each other or you know anything like that. So we still in each other's lives or whatnot because we made that promise to each other that we wouldn't leave out of each other's lives. So that's the only reason why me and my second first girlfriend are still real tight like that. There's a lot of people who don't like that, especially people that I talk to now, people that I get with now. I know they don't like it, and even people in the future that I try to pursue. I know they're not gonna like it, but I mean, there's nothing that I can really do about it because I made that promise to her. We made that promise to each other. I mean, it's not like I'm going over to her house trying to fuck her or nothing like that. So, I mean, it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Um, so yeah, me and my first girlfriend, number one. Um, I don't even remember how that situation happened to where we broke up. All I know is a friend that went to school with me I'm not even gonna say friend, somebody that I thought was my friend did the okie dokie on me and started talking to her. And it seems to me like everybody that I talked to, everybody that I went with, that person that was supposed to be my friend started talking to them or tried to talk to them and did it in a way where she thought that I wasn't gonna find out about it. And lo and behold, every time she talked to them, they told me about it. And to this day, I mean, me and this person is not cool. You know what I mean? It'll be like a what's up and that's it. Cause I pride myself on being the most humblest, kind-hearted person ever. Like, y'all really get into me and get to know me, y'all will see that I am the nicest person ever. I pride myself on that. I do not like people who are mean or rude. Can I get that way? Of course, who can't? Who don't get mean and upset and hot headed and stuff like that? Everybody has their moments when you take them to that point. But me, I don't. You know what I mean? I don't get like that. Anyway, back to the moral of this episode. Um, yeah, she started talking to two people that I talked to, or two people that I actually went with. Um, and then um, me and my first, we did not we did not talk to each other anymore. That's how it happened. We didn't talk to each other anymore after that. Um, I gave her my bracelet, and the person that was supposed to be my friend ripped it off of her wrist, threw it over her house. So then that's gone. I paid $400 for my little bracelet, and it had my name on it. going. So then that was a problem. And I had to get into a fight with this person because of that. So now I'm fighting somebody for ripping a bracelet off of your wrist that I gave to you to wear. It shouldn't have happened like that. So yeah, that what happened with me in my first, and then similar situation happened with my second first girlfriend. Same person, that was supposed to be my friend. Started talking to my second first girlfriend. And with this particular situation, it wasn't as drastic as the last one. I kind of diffused that situation because me and my second girlfriend, we did everything together when I was at my sister's house. She practically lived at my sister's house when I was there. So it was kind of like Siamese twins, basically, almost. And then that was that. And then we ended abruptly. But me and my second first girlfriend, we have never just ended and completely never talked to each other anymore. We ended, but we continued to stay friends because of that promise. And we even got back together 3 or 4, 5, 6, 7 times already. At that time, me and my second first girlfriend have been together 7 times. We've broken up 7 times and gotten back together. You know, and you know, it's kind of when something's meant to be, it'll stick around. And I don't know if it's because of this promise that we put in front of it, if that's why we still, have these type of feelings for each other or what. But we both have had other girlfriends and stuff in the time that we had them together. So that's what it is. Yeah, y'all, that's episode 2 for you. Losing love. That's my story on my first girlfriend, on my 2 first girlfriends. I really didn't count my first girlfriend as my girlfriend because we ended abruptly so quickly. We was only together for a month and a half, so I really don't count that as being my first girlfriend. So my second first girlfriend, I count that as being my first girlfriend. But I just wanted to tell you guys both of the little stories on those. So yes, like I said, this is Losing Love, episode 2. My first. Episode 3 will be up, I believe, next week. I should put it up next week sometime. So y'all stay tuned. Y'all be blessed. Y'all have a good one. Bye.